What's up, guys? Remington vs. the World 5 here.
Eliminate
And
the objective.
a couple days after the whole
Bomb acquired.
Living Legacy edition of Remington vs. the World, the band kind of got back together. And the site's under new ownership. Big shout out to Snow. So me and him we're kind of just trying to bring it back, kind of reboot the site and get things going again. We used to host, some game nights. We used to host some tournaments, things like that. So we're trying to get it back, get it better than it was before. I'm gonna post a link in my description to the site. So if anyone wants to come by, check us out, join the community, definitely look into that. We're trying to make it bigger, trying to grow the community so we can do more things. And I want to stress that we're not a clan, we're just a community. We talk about games, we talk about random stuff, we play a variety of different games, and we're trying to grow. So check it out. A friend of mine told me I should try making tip videos, or just give my advice on what I do and try to help run through my classes and tell you what setups I use, how I play, things like that. So I'm gonna start with perks. And tier 1, I run lightweight and hardline. Hardline obviously being my wild card. Lightweight for me is the most it might be the most beneficial perk, period. Just running light, running lightweight, running faster is a huge benefit, especially if you're trying to rush plant a bomb. And note that I'm mainly talking search here. I run all my same layouts for all game modes, but just know that I'm mainly talking about search. So like I said, you can run the bomb faster if you're trying to rush, which is a huge benefit, trying to get to a bomb site before your enemy. And for me, the no fall damage is one of the most useful things, because I've run that through all Call of Duties pretty much. I've always taken the perk that had no fall damage. And it's just so beneficial trying to being able to, whether you see an enemy and you can jump down to kill him, or if you have to jump down to plant and defuse a bomb, whatever the case may be, it's really helpful. So there's really no negative effect of taking lightweight, so I highly recommend it. Then hardline, obviously you get your score streaks faster, which is a huge benefit, because usually the team that gets their score streaks first is the team that's going to have the advantage. Obviously I don't run like UAV or anything like that, I run like a little bit higher score streaks, but still, so getting them faster is definitely a big benefit. Blind Eye, I don't recommend at all. Undetectable by controlled air support, how often are they going to have that? Probably, even like in regular game modes, they're probably not going to get it unless they get it out of a care package, or your team's just really bad. But definitely in search, there's absolutely no reason to run Blind Eye. Flak Jacket, I don't die from grenades enough to use Flak Jacket. I rarely die by grenades, and I run another perk which makes Flak Jacket obsolete, so which is obviously Engineer. And with Engineer, it protects me from Biddies and Claymores. I never ever die from Biddies or Claymores, so the only thing I really have to worry about is grenades, but like I said, I don't die from them enough to want to run Flak Jacket. So unless you find yourself dying by grenades a lot, I don't recommend Flak Jacket. Ghost is kind of another like wild card option. I don't recommend it, only because you can have a separate like class, like kind of a ghost class, that if you find yourself seeing someone in the enemy team with a lot of kills and no deaths, or a lot of plants or diffuses or whatever, then I guess you could switch to that class. But to use it in the first round is a waste, obviously. And even in the second and third round, if you don't see anyone on their team with more than 2 kills, or 2 kills and a plant and a fuse or whatever, then it's just a waste, because they're probably not going to have a UAV, and even if they get one, they'll most likely save it for the next round. So Ghost is another perk that I don't ever run Ghost, even if they have UAV. I'm not really worried about them. So quick overview, I highly recommend lightweight is a must. Blind Eye is a complete no. Don't run Blind Eye. And Hardline and Ghost are kind of wild cards. You can pick one or the other. I recommend Hardline. I recommend just making a separate Ghost class. That way, like I said, if you find yourself seeing someone on the other team doing good, then you can switch to that class. But for a primary setup, lightweight, must, Hardline, wild card.
Good job, squad. Get ready for the next
I'm going
round.
to go over perk 2 real quick. I used to never run any perk 2 perks because I didn't find any of them useful enough. But toughness is probably the most beneficial. I don't use it, but just because obviously it's gonna help you win some gunfights. Some straight up gunfights, it'll help you win because you'll flinch less. Obviously, that's what the perk does. Cold-blooded is a complete no. There's no really reason to use it. People don't use sensor grenades enough. There's not gonna be any, again, aircrafts that you're gonna have to really worry about. Target Finder and MMS, I don't see them enough to waste a perk on it, because that means you're, you know, you're essentially hoping that that's what they're using, or else you're wasting a perk. Fast Hands is another perk that you could use. I don't run 2 guns, so it's a waste for me to use.
Get ready for the next round.
And then the whole throwing back grenade thing is, you know, rare that you're even going to get the opportunity. So unless you're running 2 guns, which you don't really need to, I'll get into that later, I don't recommend it. Hardwired, again, immune to counter V, EMP, waste, don't ever use it. Scavenger is the perk that I use, and most people are like, why do you run Scavenger in Search? And it's because of bouncing Betties. I use Betties, so I throw 2 Betties, I kill someone, I get another Betty. If one of them blows up, I can just throw another one wherever, and it's out there, and you can get a triple. So the video is about to come to an end. Overview: toughness is okay. Fast Hands if you use 2 guns. Other than that, you probably don't even need to use a second perk. Perk 3 and wild cards come in the next video. Thanks for watching. Check out the site. Bye, guys.
Charges diffused.